Hey, my name is Matthew Kuscher, but today you're my friend, so you can call me Kush. I'm gonna give you a day in the life of the hospitality industry. So come on, let's go check out my restaurant, Kush in Brickell. So I'm a third-generation restaurateur. I started basically as a 7-year-old kid working the counter at a Dunkin Donuts where my dad was working. My grandfather used to have bars in Brooklyn, and so I always knew I was gonna be in the restaurant business. I went to college in Arizona for 1 year, did not do well, and they presented this opportunity at FIU in this hospitality program, and it really intrigued me since I knew that it was always my dream to do restaurants. And honestly, FIU changed my life. I went there with a different passion towards education because I really wanted to learn about the hospitality industry. And since then, I've never looked back. So I worked for a corporate company for 11 years. I got great training, but it was always in my belly that I wanted to own my own business. I knew I was gonna be an entrepreneur. So my first restaurant was LoKal. It was in 2011, so we're at 15 years. It was a huge success, and from there we kept opening restaurants. Kush in Wynwood. We opened up Spillover, Stevens Deli, La Cocina. We're at the Clevelander, Tobacco Road. And so over the last 15 years, we've completely evolved. Every restaurant I have has its own identity, its own character. I really just believe in Miami in your face and being authentic, and that's what each of those restaurants does, and that's kind of how it's evolved. So the way I look at my restaurants is I feel like I want to do international restaurants that only make sense in Miami. So I feel like Miami has its own language and I'm the translator of this language. So right now we're at Kush Brickell. This is the oldest dive bar in Miami, first liquor license. And so I wanted to give homage to all the cool bars and dive bars and places that really have been here for a long time. Later on, we're going to be at the Deli, and I really wanted to be authentic to what an old school Jewish deli was. So each of them has their own personality, and you cater to those authenticity points when you open that restaurant, you know what it is. So the details and the role that they play in this experience is major because I want my restaurant to be unique from everyone else. So we might serve the same exact food even though we don't, but when they come in, they know they're in one of my restaurants. They know that I mean business. They know that I take care, that I'm looking at the coaster, the toilet paper, the lighter, every single part so that there's nothing that's missed, so they know they're one of my restaurants. So you just got a little taste of our Brickell location. Now let's go to the oldest Jewish style deli in Florida, out in Hialeah. Come, let's go, follow me. So welcome to Kush Hialeah. This is the oldest Jewish style deli in all of Florida. It's been here since 1954. Here's some of my family members and their history. And then over here you got the all-star. This is Junior Biggers. He started working here in 1957, and he's the reason why we still hand slice all our pastrami and corned beef. He just retired last year at 86 years old, and he's the heart and soul of Stevens Deli. This is a business that really you need to be passionate about. And the best way to know that you're passionate is to jump in this business. Start working as fast as possible while you're in school and get that free internship of learning this industry while someone's paying you. Then you'll know if you're passionate about it, if you love cooking, if you love expediting, if you love serving, if you love talking to the guests. If you love that, then you know you're passionate and you can do this for the rest of your life. The most important thing when building your team is looking for people with integrity and creativity. You want to make sure that that room is open for everybody's creative ideas, not just one person. You cannot have an ego in this business. Everybody's idea could be better, and if it's better, you just go with the best idea. So building your team with creativity, integrity are two of the most important things you can do. The best way to be transparent and authentic in that transparency and having those hard conversations is doing it on day one. Once you build a reputation that you're not scared of having those hard conversations, then everyone expects you to have those conversations, and then it becomes a lot easier. You have the freedom of doing it. But if you hesitate to do that in the beginning, then it's always going to be harder as you grow. Do it in the beginning, never hesitate to have the hard conversation, and that can go with business, relationships, friendships, and anything. Anybody who's looking to get in this industry, FIU has one of the greatest programs in this country. For me personally, it changed my life, so I take a lot of pride, and currently I'm getting my master's. I teach, and I have a lot of pride for my alma mater, and it's because until I went to FIU, academics was not something I took seriously. but having it directed towards an industry that I was super passionate about and loved made me thrive and never look back, and makes me feel like I'm at home. So if you're passionate or serious about hospitality, FIU is the greatest place you can be. Thank you everybody for spending the day with me. It was just a short one, but you got a little taste of what the hospitality industry is. For me, it was the best thing I ever did, so hopefully for you, it's also the best thing you ever did. But I got to get back to work, so I'll see you later.